What's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video. And in this video, I want to cover something that I've kind of talked sparsely in some of my other videos, and that is the anomalies in PC gaming and running PC games. Now, a lot of people, when they're building their PC, they might have lofty expectations when they're spending a lot of money. I hear a lot of people sometimes say, hey Mush, I'm spending $1,500 on a PC, can this run every game out right now and coming out soon at 1080p and 60 frames per second? Now, for the most part, of course, it's yes. If you're looking to play a game like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, chances are you're gonna be able to run that game at 1080p and 60 frames per second. For the most part, you will be able to run the majority of games at really good settings and really good frame rates. But the fact that someone would say, can it run every game at 1080p and 60 frames per second? That's where I have to be honest with some people and I have to tell them, no, it can't. Now, a lot of you guys might be freaking out. You might be thinking, holy shit, I'm spending $1,500 on a gaming PC and it can't run every game at 1080p and 60 frames per second? How much money do I need to spend? That's not necessarily where I'm going with this video. There are very select few games for a multitude of reasons that just on any rig won't run at a consistent frame rate on any setting. A $500 PC might be running a game better than a $1,500 PC just because of how inconsistent it is. Now, why is a game so inconsistent in its performance? Well, it could be for a variety of reasons. You guys saw with Batman Arkham Knight, the game just released broken. Some people had luck and were able to play the game at 30 frames per second, while other people, even if they were on a super expensive rig, were playing on Stutter City. The game was stuttering all over the place. The frame rate definitely wasn't 60, and they could barely play the game. That's one of the anomalies. Batman Arkham Knight is one of those anomalies that, yes, do happen. I would like to say that it's rare, but with PC gaming, there are times where that does happen a lot of times. Batman Arkham Knight, Tokiden Kiwami actually came out on the same week as Batman Arkham Knight and offered the same problems. Just a lot of the Tecmo Koei games in general are those anomalies, or in layman's terms, they're just shit ports, and they don't run well on PC at all, and no matter what kind of hardware you have, it's not going to really improve the performance all that much. Now, the other thing for a lot of people is early access titles. A game like DayZ, I know that's super popular, and I see a lot of people comment all the time, hey Mush, I'm buying this new PC, can I run DayZ on it at 1080p and 60 frames per second? DayZ's an early access game, and it's been in early access for like 2 years now. It's still a broken mess on PC, and it's very hard to run. I can't run it that well with my GTX 970, my friends can't run it well, and one of my friends has a GTX 980, and he can't even run it that well. That's, again, one of those anomalies that's just a broken port. Now, it's early access, so you can't really hate on them too hard since it is advertised as a game that's not yet finished, but a lot of people sometimes think that just means optimization, and they think they can bypass the game running poorly if they have better hardware. That's not the case at all. With a game like DayZ, even if you have like a GTX Titan, chances are you're gonna be running that game at sub 30 FPS at times. And then there are just those few elite level games that are just extremely difficult to run. Those are very few and far between because nowadays a lot of publishers like to release their games on consoles and PC, so the PC versions of a lot of games do have to be somewhat tame. If you have a $1,500 build, even a game like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you're gonna be able to run that game at 1080p and 60 frames per second. But there are games out there like Metro Last Light with physics turned up and everything turned up that, yeah, it is very difficult to run. And even with The Witcher 3, if you turn all the Hairworks features on and every last feature that you can turn on to the highest, that game is still very difficult to run, and even on a $1,500 build, you are gonna get dips. But those are just a few settings that, yes, you can tweak them so easily. I mean, I turn Hairworks off on Witcher 3 and my frame rate shoots up. Hairworks isn't a feature that a lot of people care about, but the fact that a lot of people ask me questions, can I max out Witcher 3 on X build? I have to say no, because technically to max out a game like The Witcher 3, you want to turn Hairworks on, and for a lot of builds that are $1,000 or even $1,500, turning Hairworks on is going to give you an inconsistent frame rate. So yeah, guys, that's what I really wanted to cover in this video. I know a lot of people, even if you're spending, you know, $1,000, sometimes they think they can max out every game at 1080p and get 60 frames per second. That's not really possible because, like I said, there are games out there that are anomalies, like Witcher 3 with all the Hairworks features turned on, Metro Last Light back in the day. Metro Last Light is easier to run nowadays, but back when Last Light came out, oh my god, that game was an absolute monster to run. And obviously, we know about broken games and early access games that aren't finished yet, like a game like DayZ. It's just gonna be really impossible to run that game at 60 frames per second consistently. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below, and as always, guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.